Da-ba-ba-doo-ba, ba-da-bam, boom. Lovely. I'm putting Instagram a bit closer. Morning, everybody. Right, do you know what? Hey, Siri, set a timer for 12 minutes.
Okay, 12 minutes and counting.
Good luck with that, Sally. Good luck with that. Who've we got? Trudy Arthur on Instagram has got a gold, and Lime, I can't read them, Lime Living or something has got a silver, and Ruby Cumbria Life, oh, must be fairly local. Or is our Cumbria Life a different one? Well, you can share the bronze, you two, whatever it is. Michelle on Facebook, silver. Teresa, bronze. And Helen Simey has got a gold. Lovely. On a hand. I just like to have a bit of lippy on. Lippy and lashes, that'll do me. Right then, hello everybody. I've said I'm going to be 15 minutes today. I've asked Siri to set a timer for 12 minutes. Good luck with that. All I want to talk to you about is I've had a session with Ruth this morning. I'm getting very excited for January. I should have put the link on. And yes, we are opening the tribe for one day only on, I was going to say Good Friday, Black Friday, one day only the tribe is open. Actually, I'm going to put the link on now. Oh, hang on. What a look at it .com / oh, there. I've put another link on myself. There, if you want to join the waitlist for the tribe, I mean, you don't have to join the waitlist because it's just going to be open on Friday. It's just that you will get an email. Well, everybody will get an email, but you'll get a special one, sort of. Oh, just a little bit of tummy ache there. It's opening 26th, just for one day only, but we're working on the stuff for January and I can't wait. It's going to be very different to what I normally do. I think it'll appeal to a lot more people, taking it back to basics. And I can't wait, quite frankly. So yes, but more on that soon. But anyway, that's by the by. I want to just focus on what I was talking about yesterday because I didn't get a chance yesterday. So I'm going to go straight into it. Good morning, everybody. Lovely to see you all. Please do share it if you want. Please do share it. I'm a bit late this morning. I'd like to get in just after 9:30 rather than 10 o'clock. So yesterday I mentioned that, you know, when we're thinking about stuff, when you continually think and you think negative thoughts, you're more likely to reach for the crap. Because if you're worrying about something at work, if you're worrying about you've not started Christmas, if you're worried that your partner's lost your job, so you think, how the hell are you going to manage? If you've got an injury and you just want to move but you can't, or you had a fallout with Julie at work, well, not really a fallout, you've imagined it in your head. She just looked at you the wrong way one day over the fax machine and you're thinking, what have I done? And now you've turned that into a big crap movie that Julie and nobody at work likes you anymore because you're trying to think what you did wrong. Is it because of this? Is it because of that? And that goes on and on and on into this whole made up scenario that you then feel that bad about that you have to go and eat 47 Lindor balls and a bag of kettle chips and a hot chocolate with whipped cream and chocolate buttons in the bottom and some on top on the cream as well. And that's what happens, all because literally probably Julie had something in her eye at the fax machine, or she might have been on a really heavy period and worried that she was going to make a mess on the floor. So that's why she wasn't herself with you. You just told yourself this crap story and have made up this completely different scenario. And that's so our thoughts create our feelings, which then makes you feel self-conscious, makes you feel vulnerable, makes you feel unliked, makes you feel unloved, makes you feel worthless because of the story we've told ourselves about Julie looking at you strangely over the fax machine. And then those thoughts, because we've played them again and again and again and again, they then turn into our actions. well, actually, no, I don't feel like doing that workout because I feel shit because nobody at work likes me and I'm dreading going in tomorrow. Because also, John was a bit weird. I asked him what he thought about Countryfile last night and he just sort of ignored me. He was talking to a customer, to be fair, but I thought it was a bit rude. It's just mad, isn't it, what we do to ourselves? So all those feelings will then create your actions. You come home and you sack off the gym and you have a bottle of wine instead while you're moaning about the same shit story to your husband or your partner or your 7-year-old. You know, it's not good enough keeping it in your head. You want to then spit it all out onto somebody else's lap. So that is a vicious circle. So you can really be aware that you're doing it. And the thing I use, good morning. Oh, was it you on Instagram, Tina? It is, somehow it feels easier on Facebook, plus my name is different. It is, isn't it? So I do appreciate that. Some Instagrammers just don't do Facebook and vice versa. So I love how you start on there and you pop over to Facebook. So all I wanted to talk about was how to sort of stop those thoughts. Well, the analogy I came up with, this is a little chapter in my book. I've already written it. It's called All Aboard the Thought Bus. So your thoughts, you think of something, I want you all to think of something now that you actually think about far too much, more than is necessary, but you can't help yourself. When you're doing the washing, when you're tying your shoelaces, when you're driving along in the car, when you stood in the queue at Tesco, when you're going out for a walk, when you're just trying to nod off at night, or when you wake up in the middle of the night with a hot flush. What is the thing that does not serve you, that does not make you feel any better, but you can't stop but thinking about it? Oh God, I've got to do that. I've got to do that. You know, first of all, is it helpful? I imagine not. But we think about it in the morning, we think about it in the afternoon, we think about it at night. We've got a choice. We cannot stop those thoughts popping into our head. You can't stop it. You can't stop the thoughts popping into your head at all. You've no control over what thought comes into your head, but you do have control of how long you choose to think about it. So my analogy is that you're stood at a bus stop, okay? So I'm stood at a bus stop because I want to go into Lancaster, and the number 55 is coming, or the number 555. I've no control over the bus timetable, no control at all, but there will be a bus coming round the corner at some point. I've no control whether there's been an accident in Carnforth and the number 55 has got held up and it's late. No control over it. But I know if I stand there long enough, a bus is going to come. And I have nothing to do with that. So I see the number 55 coming round the corner, and that's my fallout with Julie at work. The fallout with Julie at work, or the fallout, I think it's fallen out. It hasn't fallen out at all. It's just in my head. But I'm thinking about it a lot because I'm a sensitive soul, and I'm worried about going in and facing it, because what will she be like today? You know, should I just go in and be all right? Or should I just go in and go, oh, you should ask if everything's all right, Julie? Or should I just ignore it? Or should I actually punch her in a pleated skirt? But I don't know. So I'm stood there at the bus stop, and then I'm just thinking about what to have for my tea or something nice. And then all of a sudden, oh, I'm going to work. I'm going to see Julie. She was really funny yesterday. So that's the thought bus. It comes round the corner. Instead of saying number 55, it says Julie on it. Julie hates me. That's what the bus says. Julie hates me. Oh my God. Yeah, what am I going to do about that? She was really funny yesterday, and I'm sure I've not done anything. Literally, she just cut me off. She just was rude, didn't look at me. You know, I know we're only there like 40 seconds, but she's usually dead chatty and nice, but she just wasn't. So I don't know what I've done, and I'm dreading going in. So then that bus stops at the stop. So you can't control that bus coming, but what you can control is whether you get on it or not. You can control whether you get on that bus and then start thinking all day, oh God, and you've gone into work, oh, and Julie's not in, she's not in, so now I've got to face this until I see her next week. And I don't know what I've done. It's awful. It's really bothering me. And sigh, you know what? Julie was really shit to me today, and I hated it. And then passes the wine, will you? And just get us those chocolates. I'm not going to the gym tonight. I'm not. It's been bothering me this all day. And so what I've chosen to do there Yes, the thought bus has come round the corner. Julie hates my thought bus, but I've climbed aboard it. Now, if you do climb aboard it, which you inevitably will do a lot of the time because we're creatures of habit and that's what we like to do, rigmarole, ruminate about stuff over and over that doesn't serve us. But if you do get on the bus, you can choose how long to spend on it. So actually you can be aware that you're walking the dog, for instance, and you're not looking at the nice view or the robin in the hedgerows or the fact that the leaves, there's still some leaves, golden leaves hanging on for dear life on the trees and the sky is blue. You're not seeing all that. You've got your head down ruminating about Julie. You're on the thought bus. It came round the corner. You couldn't control that bit. You got on it. You could control that, but you got on anyway. Now, if you catch yourself doing it, you think, oh, do you know what? I've been thinking about that shit for the last 10 minutes. Ding, ding, driver. I want to get off. You can just get off whenever you want. You can get off the thought bus at the next stop. Whenever you choose, you can ring that bell. But you've got to notice yourself doing it. You've got to notice the fact that you're actually on the bus. You've got to notice the fact that you're actually on the thought bus. Do you know what? I'm not looking at all these lovely views. I'm not thinking nice things. I'm not thinking how lovely it was to see Nancy at the weekend because she came up and she stopped 4 nights instead of 2. How nice is that? When I compare how crap and stressful our life was 5-6 years ago when we're going through the bankruptcy and stuff, and now that hasn't happened anymore. We've worked really hard and we don't have that trauma anymore. It's just a lot better. So I'm not being grateful. I'm just thinking about Julie at work. So you've got to notice yourself doing it, and you have another choice then. Do you get off the thought bus or do you buy a day pass? Because you can do that. And a lot of you do that. I guarantee. Who is guilty now? And don't judge yourself. Don't get mad. But I want you to say me. Who is guilty of getting on the thought bus and not only getting on it, but staying on it? Oh, I'm going to have a day pass, please, driver, because I'm going to sit on this bus and I'm going to ruminate about this shitty problem in my head all day. All day. I'll try not to do it occasionally, but it'll just be there all day. Who is guilty of that? Ruby, guilty, she says. Thank you, Ruby, on Instagram. There's my timer. Siri done. So I'm literally going to go in a few minutes because I've got a walk to do before 11:30. Debbie Mulway says, I am me. Moira Tate, I am so true. I love it. Jane, bless you, Jane. Sending you love today, Jane. Ding, ding. Debbie says, so true. Kitty, I'm trying to wave as the bus goes by. Kitty, do it, do it, do it. Get the thought bus. The thoughts will come into your head. What is it you're thinking about? Is it something at work? Is it the fact that you think you're an absolute pile of shit? Is it the fact that you think you're just fed up of yourself because you can't stop eating? Is it the fact that your neighbour has just got a new car and you haven't? Is it the fact that Janice next door but 2 has lost 2.5 stone and she's no longer fat anymore and that's bothering you? That's just highlighting the fact that you can't do it. Are you worried about your parents? Is it a row that you had with Simon or your partner 4 years ago, or something that your friend did years ago and you just can't let it go? All those things. Don't judge yourself for seeing the thought bus. Don't judge yourself for standing at the bus stop. Don't judge yourself for even getting on. Do you know what? And you might notice it. It's a big win if you can notice it before it turns into a day pass. You're absolutely winning. And you've got to create the awareness and have the awareness. You cannot create change without first having the awareness. And I tell you, when you are stuck on that day pass of a thought bus, they tell you the snack man, the conductor's going to come round with his snacks, and there's no way you're going to be choosing the good stuff that's going to make you feel good. You're going to be choosing the shite. So if you're eating like this all day, if you're still on the Halloween sweets, if you're still eating right shite yesterday and you did it in a manner which doesn't make you happy, there is nothing wrong, and I say this all the time, there is nothing wrong eating shite if it's done within a manner that makes you feel happy. And I don't mean because you're masking something because you're emotional eating. I mean, oh my God, I'm going out tomorrow night because it's Julie's birthday at work and she's a great friend and we've made up. And that stupid incident over the fax machine, she'd found out actually that morning that she'd been diagnosed with breast cancer. And she was just didn't want to tell anybody. She was in shock, and she came into work, and I took that I'd done something wrong. And she's came out and told all her work colleagues. And anyway, she's had a treatment and she's in remission. We're going out to celebrate, and she's taken us all out for an afternoon tea. There's no way I would want you to sit there going, oh, that's got 14 calories in it. I can't have that. Have the afternoon tea and love every bit of it. Yes, it's going to be a massive sugar rush, create a big insulin response, make you have a sugar crash, might make you want more later on, but it's going to be worth every ounce. Can you see the different scenarios, yet the stories we tell ourselves, so that's it really. I just wanted to tell you about my thought bus analogy, and hopefully it made sense. We all have a choice to accept the number 55 bus or not, just waving it by. And that's what Kitty's doing. So Kitty says she's been round the world in 80 days on that bloody bus. Aren't we? Just ask ourselves, Kitty, I don't even need to hear your answer because I know what it's going to be. Kitty, I'm going to ask you anyway. Has that been helpful to you? You been on that thought bus. Has any of it been helpful to you? Probably a big fat absolutely not. Just mental torture. So Pamela says me, Helen says me, so it's just madness, isn't it? So all I want you to do today is be aware. And if you can, wave oh, there it is. Literally, I can be walking along and I might start thinking, oh, it might be just even a work-related issue. It doesn't have to be a horrible issue. It can be, oh, God, what am I going to do about Black Friday? Oh, what am I going to do about January? What am I going to do? And when I'm supposed to be having time off on a lovely walk, I'm just thinking about what should I do in January. And then I've got all my email sequencing to do. And then I've got to do the graphics. And then I've got to decide when I'm going to do a live. And then will people like it? Will they think, oh, my God, it's not going to be free. What are you doing? You're ripping me off. Because that always happens. I always get the odd troll or two. And then that makes me feel bad. And then I get anxious and I think I'm just shit. And then I start looking at other people's stuff on Instagram. And I think, do you know what? I'm not going to do anything anymore. I'm just going to go and get a Christmas job at Marks and Spencer's because I love retail and actually quite miss it. And I want to work with people. I don't want to sit at my desk anymore on my own. And it all becomes too much. All because I allowed a thought about how much work I've got to do for the January stuff to run away with me and all that shit. And so how do you think I'm going to feel when I get home? Am I going to think, do you know what? I'm going to eat really well today. No, I'm not. I'm going to think, and that's what happens, or I'm more likely to think that. Morning, Diane. Morning, Janet. Morning, Sally. We'll watch later on, catch up. Got meeting a friend for a walk. How good is that? And getting out. Teresa says, me, but I can acknowledge it. I'll tell it to do one. It's only taken me about 70 years. And I do get on the bus sometimes. Thank you for this. You're more than welcome, Teresa. Teresa, there's nothing wrong with getting on the bus occasionally. It's when we live on the bus. It's when we live our life on the bloody negative thought bus. We certainly are, Moira, our own worst enemies. Right, I hope that's helped. Edwina, I wasn't going to be doing a live with Edwina tomorrow, but she's come back to me to say, I hope you haven't found anybody else to replace me. She goes, I can do it now. So I will be back with Posh and Waffle tomorrow morning. Posh and Waffle will be on at some time, about this time, 9:30, 9 o'clock, somewhere like that. Thank you, Michelle. Marie Pritchard. Do you know what? This time last week, so Marie's on. I hadn't noticed on the thing because obviously I don't see all the comments. Marie was on last week in a state with herself because she'd admitted to eating a whole tin of Lindor balls over a few days. I have to add that she'd got for me. Sorry to mention it again, Marie. Because she was feeling shit and she wasn't doing anything. And I know now she's been out walking. She's been out walking a lot. She's gone from no shitty sugar to no snacks, and now she's even getting rid of that. And she's been out walking a lot, making the effort. And now I'm going to finish on this comment, and this is what it is all about. I feel so proud of myself this week. So many wins. Thank you. But well done you, Marie, for putting the effort in. And that is all And that's not a body change shape at the moment. That is not a massive, oh, I've got to do 140 gratitudes a day for 4 years. That's not, I've got to lose a stone before I can feel better. That is tiny, tiny little actions that all add up to making you feel chuffed. And when you feel like that, you are less inclined to get on that thought bus. I promise you. And then that, because, you know, we were talking about a vicious circle, you get a circle of vitality that's, I've just made that up, that's opposite. So we're not on a livid circle, we're in a vivid circle. So Marie's on it. Well done. So that is what I'm going to be working on in January. I've got I cannot wait to tell you about it. I really can't. And it's going to be a different way we're going to launch it to normal. Everything's different. I don't want in January to do a virtual retreat, to do a hard-hitting 2-day thing. I don't want to do that this year. I've known what's worked for me this year, and I do love those sort of things, but I can just tell by your answers and your comments and the responses I get from my emails what works for people, and I want to encourage that. And I cannot wait for January. Well, I'm going to be sharing it very, very soon with you. So, but yeah. Let's say Fiona had to go to hospital for checks, but they are pleased with everything. I've lost 6 kilograms, improved liver, and I came away with positive vibes. Much. Oh, how amazing is that, Fiona? Do you know what? I've got to share it. I really do. Oh, Fiona, honestly, I could cry. I've got goosebumps. I've literally got goosebumps. I remember you were on one of these lives, weren't you, a couple of weeks ago as well? I had to go to hospital for checks yesterday. I was dreading it, but they are pleased with everything. I've lost 6 kilos, improved liver, and I came away with positive vibes, much through to my change of mindset due to the tribe. How ace with that. But do you know what, Fiona, I need to correct you on that. Is obviously the tribe has helped, listening to these videos help, but you've been open to it. You've thought, do you know what, I'm not going to get on that thought bus so much. People think they have to do 100 burpees a day to get these results. It so isn't. That's temporary stuff. That's physical stuff. We need to do this. You've been open to it, Fiona. You've probably watched people's posts in the tribe. You'll have watched my live every Monday morning or watched it on catch up, and you've done it. And look how good that is. So Fiona is less likely to get on the thought bus. She's less likely to eat mindless shit. I hope to God she will go out and enjoy and not count calories and deprive herself, you know. So it's just incredible. Moira, I love that. Moira has shared this video to help at least one person with these mental health. Honestly, that's all I want these videos to be shared for. I have this image, I call her Karen in Basingstoke, or it could be, you know, Janice in Slough. It could be anybody. But I imagine somebody sat on the sofa how I used to sit when I was depressed, emotional eating. I didn't want to do anything. And I didn't want to do a 12-week body transformation. I didn't want to do a massive workout plan or a diet because it just felt too much effort. And if a video had popped up on my timeline, said, all you have to do is walk, all you have to do is water, all you have to do is watch these little videos. And if I can get Karen in Basingstoke off the sofa and getting out walking, and off the sofa and realising she's not on her own being on that thought bus, mental turmoil day in, day out, because look at all you lot, there's loads and loads who get it, who understand. That's who I want to reach. And I have no idea how to reach her, but it might not be you who shares the video. So Moira's just shared this video. One of her friends might watch it and think, do you know what, I really relate to this. I'm going to share it. And then it gets to Karen in Basingstoke. And she might join the tribe eventually, but do you know what? She might never join the tribe, and that is absolutely fine. There are loads of people on Get Over Yourself who've never done a Nordic walking course with me, who've never done a motivated menopause, who've never done a retreat, and who have never been in the tribe. And that's absolutely fine by me. Obviously, there's loads of people who are in the tribe and who have done all those things, and that's brilliant. But honestly, I don't care where you get your inspiration from, as long as you find it, as long as you're inspired. So that's it. So thank you, Moy, for sharing. I really appreciate it. Good morning, Billy Jane. We're off now. She'll have to watch on catch up. I really appreciate every single one of you turning up. I really do. A few less days because it was a bit later. And Instagram, thank you. So ding, ding, all aboard the thought bus or not. And if you do, for how long? So if you're on catch up, do comment, because I do come back in and look at the comments. So do comment. I want you to feel on catch up that you're still part of it. I don't want you to feel like a second rater just because you're on catch up. The fact that you've seen a video's half an hour, 15 minutes my arse, although it's going to be under half an hour, so that's progress. The fact that you've seen that a video's half an hour and you've still watched it, that's how Fiona will have started, you know. That's how Fiona will have, you know, had lost 6 kilograms and got improved liver function, and she's got the positive vibes because she made the effort to watch something. So, well, Anne, thank you for sharing. Off for my parasite. Oh, you're exercise now. Lovely. Have a good day. You too. All right then, everybody. See you tomorrow for a bit of posh and waffle, and then I'll see you next week. And I think I'll probably be starting to share with you next week what I've got planned for you for January, because you're going to be able to join it a lot sooner than you think. The tribe is opening on Good Friday, on Black Friday, but it's not going to be a big song and dance. We'll just be opening the doors, but obviously I'll have to let you know. Lots of love, and I'll see you tomorrow. So bye, Instagram. Ta-ta. Oh, I need a wee. Why do I always need a wee at the end of a thing? And oh, thank you, Claire Louise. That's really kind of you to say. And Claire Louise Butler, I want you to have a fab day too. Promise me you'll have a fab day, Claire. Promise me. Promise me you won't get on that thought bus. You'll do nothing but nourish yourself, mind, body and spirit. And if that means eating a few Lindor balls because you're really enjoying them, then that's what it means. Bye, Di. Cheerio, everybody. Right.